Ben Shapiro getting served.
I've got a vagina.
I'm not interested in what your genitalia are.
Clearly you are. I mean, it's all over everything you make, buddy. I'm sorry.
Or Charlie Kirk eliciting this reaction from our buddy Naima.
Ooh, his smile is very creepy. Okay.
Smiling is creepy?
No, your smile specifically.
Got it.
Yeah,
Don't
your
get me wrong,
Charlie
it
Kirk's
feels
smile is
great to watch
fucking
these guys
weird.
Get their rocked by a bunch of amped up college students, but the price of this catharsis is, less high level analysis. Like
Yeah.
I do think liberals have an issue with all these school shooters because they are liberals. They're usually transgender and they're always liberal, at least the past 10.
Or take this.
Yeah, like that's funny. I love the fact that that's like a whole thing that people try to do and say that like all school shooters are trans people. There's like only one school shooter who was trans. Like literally like one that was like reported on. And that's it. Everyone else was cis niggas.
And I think we need to go back to shaming fat people. We need to go back to making fun of them. I mean, if
Oh yeah, this nigga.
hell, I'd put all of them in a fat concentration camp so they can concentrate on dieting and exercising.
And it's not just that individual bad actors show up.
See, I'm gonna be real. You can't have someone like that on like a panel about trying to find a middle ground because that kind of person doesn't want a middle ground. They just don't care. They will never care, and I hate those kind of people who don't care to learn. Because if you really want to learn, you'd be willing to be like, okay, I don't want to put people who are fat in a concentration camp. Like that's ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous of a thing to say. It's so ridiculous.
Wild stuff. The channel's conversation starters often seem deliberately designed to aggravate tensions between the two diametrically opposed camps they've invited to, find the middle ground.
Period pain is exaggerated.
Teachers with guns make schools safer.
I believe the earth was created by a higher power.
That last one was from their video, Flat Earthers versus Scientists.
Bruh, how can you find a middle ground with flat earthers? You just can't. Half those people are like psychotic people who legit believe that there are no goblins, there are trolls underneath the earth controlling it and shit.
The debate that the world really needs right now. And at least by my reading, the mere existence of this video in their middle ground series implies that there's a legitimate middle ground to be found between actual
Flat. Exactly.
theorists that think the world is flat. So what's the goal here? Well, Jubilee claims to believe in the power of empathy for human good and that they aim to inspire people to embrace empathy. Now listen, encouraging empathy is an admirable goal, but I'm not sure if the folks most in need of our collective empathy are those who think that God created Earth as one flat surface, or that fat people don't deserve to exist, or that all school shooters are trans people. So today we're going to talk about how these videos are built.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, that's gonna give me a flip. It's gonna flip me out, babe. Because how can you believe something like that, knowing that most of the school shooters that we have are men, cis hetero men? Like, bruh. It's like, it's just.
Debate, there exists a magical type of middle ground. And then in doing so, they end up validating extreme and hateful positions under the guise of open discourse.
Or the other shooting where Kyle Rittenhouse shot a bunch of people during the 2020 uprisings.
In self-defense.
We see these instances.
And that this all builds towards an ideology in which truth doesn't exist.
Yeah, see? And see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The anti-gun person, let me show you something here. This person right here on the left here believes that what Kyle Rittenhouse did was wrong. But the person on the right believes that what he did was right. They both live in two different realities, two that are conflicting, two conflicting realities. So it makes it harder to even come up to a middle ground about what they're talking about guns. Because one person believes what he did was wrong with the gun was wrong, and the other person believes that what he did with the gun was right.
These instances, and that this all builds towards an ideology in which truth doesn't exist, and all we have are people with opinions, some of whom are louder than others.
If you're not trans, don't talk about it. It's not your business. If you were a cisgender person, stay out of it.
Yeah, we're not talking about guns.
Okay, before we get into it, I wanted to tell you that the holiday season is here, and so it's time.
And I hate people who do that shit. Who be like, if you don't own guns, don't talk about guns. Well, here's the thing: a gun might be used on you. If you don't like legit, dead ass, like a gun might be used on me. You never know. One day I might be dealing with an altercation with someone, and then they might pull a gun on me. Boom, guns being used on me. So guns do affect us. They affect everybody. But someone being trans doesn't affect you. Like literally, it doesn't affect you. Oh no, your neighbor's trans. Cry about it at church, nigga. Cry about it at church, nigga.
You and me start baking delicious homemade favorites with our family and friends. And Wild Grain is here to make you look like a baking expert without all the stress. Now, if you are not familiar with Wild Grain, it's the first bake from frozen subscription box for artisanal breads, pastries, and pastas. Wild Grain's boxes are fully customizable to your taste and dietary restrictions. In addition to their classic variety box, they recently launched a new gluten-free box,
I'll be right back.
plant-based box that's 100% vegan. Best of all, they take the hassle out of baking since all items baked from frozen in 25 minutes or less with no cleanup. In my Wild Grain box, I got a sourdough loaf,
How long do you speak for? Yeah, I'm almost one. Okay. He's gay. You're Jesse. And the church.
Just imagine I'm a dark Parisian thinker. And all the goodies in my Wild Grain box were top notch and super fresh. And because everything was so quick and easy to make, with my next box, I know I am so covered for bringing the dessert to holiday dinner with my in-laws. They're going to be so impressed with me. And that's what it's all about. So impress your guests with minimal effort this holiday season. Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off the first box. Plus, you get a free item in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/wisecrack. You heard me. You get $30 off your first customized box when you go to wildgrain.com/wisecrack, or you can use promo code wisecrack at checkout. Now let's get back to the show. Okay, so one of the first things that
I'm
jumps
back.
out at me about these videos is that they presuppose
Did you let anybody know you outside?
which the correct
Yeah, he let me know.
are always
Okay.
working somewhere in between extremes. We especially see this in their series Middle Ground, which just literalizes this ethos. This implies that if we all just got together and shared our views, eventually we'd realize that there's some sort of truth that exists in between all of our varied opinions. So, if a group of immunologists and a group of anti-vaxxers all get together to hash it out, they'd arrive at the middle ground that vaccines are only sort of modifying your DNA to turn you into a super soldier for George Soros. Or, if gay people sat down with advocates for conversion therapy, they'd all realize that even though the very premise of conversion therapy implies that being gay is something you should want to convert away from and also has no scientific backing and is dangerous and harmful, maybe, just maybe, sometimes we can have a little bit of conversion therapy as a treat. Now,
And that's why for me, when it comes to this, like Jubilee, I kind of stopped watching it myself. Like I'll watch it if my brother watches it, because at least then I'm having someone to converse about it. Because by myself, it just feels like I'm watching like raging. Like I'm watching, like I'm trying to watch to see my side win. Like it's a gladiatorial battle. When in truth, what we should be doing is trying to get people who see the extreme point of view to actually change their mind. But unfortunately, a lot of people on there aren't there to change their minds. They're there to own the other side. And I'm not gonna do the both sides, not because a lot of these
ethical positions can be found by arriving at some middle ground between extremes is not in itself problematic. You know, Aristotle argued that virtue is a mean or a middle point between two extremes. So, like as Aristotle thinks about it, if recklessness is on one end of the extreme and cowardice is another, then courage would be the mean between the two. As a man of extremes, I've only ever been cowardly or reckless in my life. I've never really been courageous. Or if being cheap is one extreme and throwing all your money around is another, then generosity would be a virtuous mean. So we can ask, are Jubilee videos, and especially the Middle Ground series, simply just Aristotelian exercises in determining the virtuous means in a variety of modern moral dilemmas? Yeah, not quite. Because while Aristotle tried to find the actual extremes of opposing moral positions, you know, sharing none of your money and sharing all of your money, Jubilee capriciously decides where the extremes are based on what's trending. And their curatorial choices drastically affect where the middle ground is found. You know, for example, if they decide that two extremes are fat people are human beings and fat people are disgusting and deserve to die, then the middle ground is something like, you know, fat people they're less human than skinny people, but I guess we'll let them live. And while their stated goal is to produce empathy, I'm not sure how watching people get brutally bullied on screen increases the global empathy quotient.
Making fun of Adele for losing weight, but promoting Lizzo for being a fat ass. Unacceptable. Do we feel, are a lot of people doing this?
Yeah, like, see, that to me is uncalled for, being like this. Especially when you're trying to have a dialogue with someone. You shouldn't just be coming in, talking out the side of your neck and shit like that. And I'm not being like, oh, respectability. Nah, like, I'm just saying, like, yo, you shouldn't just call people fat ass. That's fucked up. I'll be right back. I gotta grab a lighter. Okay, I'm back. Alrighty.
It's almost like it's not really about empathy, you know? But rather than representing actual extremes, what they're usually doing is offering a more moderate, liberal position on one end. You know, stuff like men can be feminist, fat people can be happy, gay people can exist, and then something more extreme or even conspiratorial on the other end.
And ideally, they're not splitting chores. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I think that if a woman cannot look up to you in some way, then she cannot respect you. And if she cannot respect you, she cannot love you.
Feminism, ruined masculinity, fat people are immoral slobs, being gay isn't real. This leads to debates where this is how someone responds to an overweight person talking about their mental health.
Boo-hoo,
because
man.
they're fat.
Boo-hoo, man. Like, there's way worse stuff going out in the world versus people saying, oh my God, I'm sad, I'm going to eat some ice cream. It's like, no, dude, it's like, you're fat, you made that decision, you live in the best country ever. If you live in a civilized...
Yeah, see, I remember watching this episode, and I got angry, because it's not dialogue. This dude's just being a dickhead. And when someone's being a dickhead, it's no longer a debate. You're basically Well, let me just read this real quick. Like, once you have people being dickheads and living in a reality where fat people are inhuman, it's hard to have the right type of dialogue that you're trying to have, which is what they're trying to have here is, yo, dude, fat people have mental health things that they have to deal with that may make it hard for them to lose the weight. And that they should be able to live their life that is comfortable to them. But here, Fresh and Fit's like, no, dude, we should basically kill them.
First world country where you have electricity, internet power, etc. You deserve to be bullied. It's ridiculous to me that we have all these fat people running around. Meanwhile, people are being bombed in Gaza.
Yeah, moments later, the eloquent gentleman offers his solution for obesity.
No, we need to bring shaming back. Okay. We need to bring shaming back in so many other regards besides obesity. We need to do it with sluts. We need to shame fat people. We need to shame everybody.
Yeah, exactly. See, this dude lives in a reality that is totally off brand.
Well, it kind of is, as it's not just some guy off the street. This is the host of a very popular and wildly misogynistic Manosphere podcast that was previously banned and demonetized on YouTube for hate speech. We only get demonetized for 9/11 jokes. He also wrote a book titled Why Women Deserve Less, because that's a real thing. He opened a Word doc or a Google doc or an Apple Pages file, and at the top typed Why Women Deserve Less. And he looked at it and he thought, this is a great title for a great book that I'm about to write as a human being in the 2020s. Great guy. So, why does his perspective on obesity deserve a platform? Well, presumably because it attracts a lot of clicks. In another video, listen to what someone says about Palestinian children being put in jail for throwing rocks at Israeli tanks.
They're murderers. If you threw a rock, you're a terrorist.
And in a recent video where Democrats and Republicans argue about the 2024 election, a guy who looks like a failed white rapper from Tampa has this to say about women's reproductive rights.
Really what it comes down to is a woman wanting to get out of not being accountable for her actions.
Let me know in the comments what his rap name should be. Also, let me just note that
his rap name should be MC Elmer. That's what his rap name should be, is MC Elmer.
I'm filming this on November 6th, 2024. So the white rapper guy, he won. He got what he wanted. Yay. Guy whose rap name is hopefully living in the comments right now. In all of these cases, folks who are largely already occupying a centrist position debate against folks on the far right of the mainstream discourse. And this means that the best case scenario is a middle ground somewhere between centrism and the fringe right. Now, of course, Jubilee isn't reinventing the wheel. This approach plays into a larger political fantasy where there's a magical middle ground in which universal ideals bring us all together. That's why we had shows like CNN's infamous Crossfire, which was basically canceled due to one spicy Jon Stewart appearance.
But the thing is that you're doing theater when you should be doing debate.
We still have shows like NPR's Left, Right, and Center as well, along with a whole host of other public figures who tout liberal centrism as a magical zone of truth. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the channel's newest series, Surrounded, offers a more entertaining and less terrible feeling format where influential right-wing figures like Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro get surrounded by a bunch of young folks who take turns standing up for things like women's rights and trans rights and queer rights. But even then, most folks aren't going to walk away feeling deep empathy for Kirk or Shapiro.
Yeah, nah.
At seeing them get a taste of their own medicine. And of course, no one is clicking to see if Charlie Kirk
and that's kind of like my problem with it, is that we're not coming here to actually convert these people away from their mindset. Because that's what I prefer to do when I debate people. I'm trying to get you to understand where I'm coming from. I'm trying to get you out of your reality to understand my reality. Even if it's for 5 seconds, to get you to understand that my reality is not the same and that we should be trying to change to where both of our realities can be synchronized and together. Because that's what equality is making it to where reality is fair for everybody.
The liberal college students are going to realize their differences don't matter as much as what they have in common. We're just clicking to watch the fireworks. And since I wrote this video, Pete Buttigieg has done an episode of that format, so it's not just weird right-wing guys, it's also guys that were the mayors of small towns in Indiana that ran for president, somehow did pretty well, then got anointed by Obama and Biden to become Secretary of Transportation, clearly setting them on a path to become a presidential nominee one day, not because people voted for them or liked them, but because the Democratic establishment decided that that's what he should do. I love democracy and I love this country. And one of the things that's so dangerous and even deranged about these videos is that they imply that all of the individuals involved have equally valid opinions and deserve a seat.
Exactly.
You know, people who argue that publicly funded healthcare is good are taken as seriously as those who think the earth is
Yeah, me personally, if you believe the earth is flat, your opinion shouldn't matter. I don't give a fuck if you think the correct opinions on everything else. I'm sorry, no. You're beyond reproach to me. Hey, trust me, this comes from a guy who is very spiritual. Who considers himself to be spiritual. And I understand that some people that, even though I am spiritual, I still believe in like hoodoo and like special spirits and energy and shit, right? But me, I don't treat it like the end all be all though. That's different.
flat. Someone arguing that women deserve reproductive rights shares equal stature with someone who argues that men are biologically designed to cheat on their wives.
Men are designed to want to sleep with multiple women.
Fellas, let me know in the comments if that's real. Seemingly contradictory.
No, we are not designed. We're taught.
Space in high-stakes debates. And this offers legitimacy to a host of ideas that earn their right to be heard merely by being extreme. Emory University professor Tayari Jones has written that the middle is a point equidistant from two poles. That's it. There is nothing inherently virtuous about being neither here nor there. Buried in this is a false equivalency of ideas, what you might call the good people on both sides phenomenon.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
I can't believe that's our guy again. This false
I know, right?
forced sense of virtue permeates Jubilee videos. And the perspectives shown are further legitimized by the feeling that we're watching people with some level of expertise talk about these important issues. And in fairness, sometimes that's the case. But more often than not, they're just people with opinions that they want people to hear. You know, more cynically, this means they're often grifters and hucksters. Because what matters in Jubilee land is certainly not expertise.
Men don't have the balls anymore to just stand up and be a man, be dangerous.
You know, a professional truth seeker who's just asking questions.
I mean,
right to talk about.
If I'm being dangerous, like if you mean dangerous in the bedroom, like yeah, that's one thing. But if you mean like going out, like grabbing women's ass and shit, and being like, "Hey, beautiful," being that kind of dangerous, no men should be kind of that dangerous. That's a scary dangerous. That's a not good dangerous. Like, yes, I would love a man to be like if it's my partner, of course, I want him to be more like outgoing with me and stuff. But if it's just some random Joe Blow, I don't want him being like, "Hey, beautiful, come here." I'm gonna be like, hey, buddy, you're barking up the wrong tree. Leave me alone, you know?
Scientific knowledge as an actual scientist.
We're all familiar with the Earthrise photo, right? The Earth is rising over the moon. We're all familiar with it. That's NASA. You can go out to NASA's site. You can download the original, right?
I already know what you're going to ask.
So you bring up the luminance on it, and you can see where it's cut out and pasted there.
Now, science, of course, is grounded in a post-Enlightenment logic in which rational methodologies allow us to access knowledge about the functioning and structure of the natural world. But the logic of Jubilee implies that scientific reasoning is just like
your opinion, man.
And that if this flat earther also has their opinion, then all the better for the public discourse, you know? Good people on both sides, right? And when these debates become less about seeking truth and more about expressing opinions that can garner attention, well, you're going to attract a lot of grifters. So when someone says this...
By the way, Planned Parenthood, the founder, she founded it to eliminate the black race.
You're only a few clicks away from figuring out they're just an alt-right grifter who makes their living spouting reactionary talking points, and recently had a podcast debate with another Jubilee star in which she argued that slavery is a matter best left to the states.
So if everyone in Alabama wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure. If everyone in the state wants it, go ahead. What do I give a
After that debate, she called her opponent the F slur. You know, it's hard to not hear the voice of Logan Roy just echoing in your head right here.
But you are not serious people.
Later on in that same video, we get this enlightening
I got my
exchange.
blunt.
Guess who were the physicians in Israeli hospitals saving lives? They were the Arab physicians. There's Arabs in the judiciary. There's Arabs in the government. Show me that in Gaza. Show me that in Gaza. Show me that in the West Bank.
Now, lest you think this is a person who's like a scholar on Middle Eastern politics and culture. No, all I did was a quick Google to figure out that this person is a Beverly Hills celebrity.
Oh, yeah, Ty. The video was the one, it was the one where it had the Democrat versus Republican. That was that video. Yeah. And she was the one, it was Evan versus Sheila. She was the one screaming about Gaza. Okay. Yeah, she come to find out she was just a beautician. Yeah, and this is why I have an issue with Jubilee. It's because they make it seem like everybody's opinions are valid. To me, a flat earther's opinion is not valid to me. And they can have the best, they can believe trans people are like human and all that to it. But their opinion to me is suspect. I mean, people say the same about me because of what you believe. I mean, I believe everybody's opinion is valid unless, I think in general, people's opinion about it's just you choose to believe it or not. Because I think that it's opinion. Everybody has the right to have an opinion. But does that mean you should listen to everybody's opinion? No, but I think everybody has the right to have an opinion. Hey Rico, thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the Ethnic Disco. Like, yeah, they have the right to the opinion, but I'm not gonna but their opinion shouldn't be weighed the same as someone who has a degree in trans issues. That's what I mean, because Jubilee gives everyone the vibe of, they know everything about this issue when most of these people don't know anything. I mean, I don't get that vibe. I think Jubilee is just a place for everybody to express their opinions and give the audience a chance to take everybody's opinions with a grain of salt. After you watch the video, go and do your own research. That's how I see Jubilee. I never got that vibe. For me. Like, it's, at the end of the media, everybody's gonna see it to judge you. Me, when I watch Jubilee, I don't get that vibe. I listen to everybody's opinion and I go and do my own research and I come to my own opinion. Yeah. That's how I treat it. Oh yeah, Rico, by the way, I'm down to start playing games. Just give me a sec. I gotta do dishes. I just gotta do dishes in a bit, but we're gonna finish this video. And then after that, I'm gonna go do some dishes real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Show me that in the West Bank.
Now, lest you think this is a person who's like a scholar on Middle Eastern politics and culture. No, all I had to do was a quick Google to figure out that this person is a Beverly Hills celebrity plastic surgeon with a Netflix reality show. And within the seeming absurdities of the Jubilee universe, I think that we can actually extrapolate a whole theory of truth, or more accurately, a lack thereof. So get ready. I'm basically going to do a philosophy of Jubilee videos from this point on. Okay, so rather than operating within a world where rigorous debate, thoughtful dialogue, and carefully honed perspectives can bring us closer to the truth, these videos take the marketplace of ideas to its logical and clickiest extent.
Middle ground is a social experiment that brings humans with opposing beliefs or experiences together. These discussions may contain viewpoints that are the result of misinformation.
Everything is on offer, and whatever gets the most attention must be true, or at least deserves to be heard. Now, this doesn't encourage thoughtful analysis of important ideas, and it certainly doesn't encourage empathy. You know, it's more like a bat signal for folks who just want to say the wildest imaginable because they know their social media bios are in the description, and that their men's rights podcast or their anti-woke podcast or their debate bro TikTok will get some clicks. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. I thought about being on Jubilee, but for me, it would just, I feel like if I went on Jubilee, I would be having the worst time of my life because hearing like for me, like it would be interesting to be on one for Gamergate versus anti-Gamergaters. If you don't know what Gamergate was, it was a brigading campaign by a bunch of misogynistic men, because women were becoming more of a prominent thing within video games. And they were like, wait, women being in video games? Like, no longer being sex objects for me in my video games no more? No, that's not fair. And yeah, I was a part of that shit, and I regret ever being a part of that. Like, really, I do. But if I was on like a thing for that, I would be ready to debate these motherfuckers. I'd be ready to get on these motherfuckers' ass. And I would research, like, I doubt they let you know who's on there, so you can't research them and prepare like that. But if they did, oh, bruh, I'm researching you to make sure that I see what you is. And then if you get on there and try to talk some shit, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You do not know shit about this. You are this and that. So sit in your lane. Have you ever played this game? No? Then you ain't a real gamer, bro. Like, I'm gonna be on someone's ass. And the thing is, I know that wouldn't really change anyone's mind. Really. All it would do, especially with how Jubilee's format is, it would make those who already dislike Gamergate be on my side and look for me and be in my circle and all that shit, which is cool, but I would prefer to change people's minds, you know?
Okay, so obviously, this sucks. You know, by wearing the guise of empathy and honest and open discourse, which no one would say is bad, Jubilee sort of buttresses itself against criticism, all while creating one of the most popular current platforms for borderline hate speech, conspiratorial nonsense, and lame partisan talking points on both sides.
When you look at the images from January 6th, people in the Capitol, you're saying you believe that hundreds of those people are FBI.
I'm saying that I have reason to believe that there were not only FBI agents, but FBI informants in the crowd. And the FBI, by their...
And see, again, people don't have the same reality. They don't have the same reality, dog. They don't live in the same reality. So it's hard to even have a debate. Because when you have a debate, you have to be on some equal footing. You have to both agree on something. But if you can't agree on, not necessarily, because taking a public speaking class, we did have some interviews where we did debating on topics. On things like that, you don't have to agree to. That's the whole point of the debate. Yeah, but I'm saying but the thing is like, if you have someone saying like the Earth is flat, but the another person saying the Earth is round, I mean, it's impossible. Because not really. When you watch debating competitions and you take a debating course in class, it's not about having the same points. What you're supposed to do is you go and do your research. When you're supposed to find antidote, you can have endless or personal examples. And then you can either get examples for witness accounts, and then you can also do research to get academic sources, academic journalism. And the whole point of debating is to bring good points to the conversation and the audience who's listening to the debate. Based on that's how they determine the winner. Who has the most valid points? Whose points sound more valid and more backed up by extensive research? Because there's a lot of people that be debating on social media. And they're just debating using personal experiences and don't have any actual source. Yeah. That's not an equal standing debate. Equal standing debate is when two people come with their A game. They give you a station, you get prep time. Let's say we're going to debate on, what's today's date? The 21st, and let's say the 28th, we're going to have, December 15th, we're going to have a debate. You got from now to both y'all go to y'all separate corners and do y'all's research. Find out sources, valid points, get witness testimonies, get personal accounts. So that way your stance has substance. And the winner is determined by whose side has more substance to it. And then, if we were doing a debating concept, like we're going to debate online, go live and debate on the live. The audience determines who has that based on who has done the most articulations to make their points out. Yeah. You don't have to, like, if you have somebody that believes the Earth is flat and the Earth is round, you don't have to, y'all can be completely disagreeing. It's about who brings you up to the table. Yeah. Because let's say you, a round earther, have all these sources and points. You might win everybody over because you have done the research. This person's going to fall flat because all they brought to the table was, I feel, and I believe. And that's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making, that with flat earthers, that's all they do. Mm-hmm. Because let's say, for example, they say, oh, why don't you do this? Why can't you do, all they do is say, you can't go over this part of the earth, and because the FBI, but then I can say, no, that's not true because they but then they'll still refute that. with their feelings and not sources. Yeah. And that's bad debate. That's because a lot of people don't know how to debate. And that's why I'm saying that's my issue with Jubilee, is that they have this issue with a lot of people where they're talking about this one thing. But two people live in two different realities. Honestly, that's not just Jubilee. That's our politicians. That's debates on. That's everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Because if you go on Jubilee, I say if you ever do decide to go Jubilee, bring what you need to bring to the table. You can't control what other people do. Yeah. Because I guarantee you, Jubilee gives the people enough time to bring their knowledge, bring what they know to the table. Yeah. A lot of them choose not to because again, they don't know how to debate. They don't know what it means to debate. They don't even know what kind of research to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people that you're speaking about. So I'm just saying, you know someone who knows better. If you got invited, come with your A game. Do your research, bring whatever you need to bring to I doubt they're not going to say, oh, don't bring your papers. Don't bring your sources. Don't bring your, because I have seen people like pull up sources that they say on their phone. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, you just got to do your part. You can't expect everybody to have the same common sense. If common sense ain't pop. Yeah. And that's just what it is. And honestly, I hear what you're saying about you want to say people, you will do that. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people that watch that will be like, he actually said something on time. You might not be a whole mass of people. Yeah. But if you can at least change one person's mind, that's a start. Yeah, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And you probably, I'm not saying you're saying that you read every single comment section of the Jubilee video, but there's people in there who probably agree with just the stance that's not ignorant. Yeah. Yeah, it's just that sometimes with some of the topics it'll be like about like, oh yes, we should definitely have conversion therapy. I'm like, wait, what? What? There's a middle ground to that? Yeah, the middle ground should be no. Well, I think that's some of a lot of this. You're not the is. They call it middle ground, but I've seen some videos where there's no middle ground. They just leave it as I'm gonna just go off. Now, I've even seen some. At the end, they don't even talk to each other or shake hands at the end. They just go, and that's gonna happen. Yeah, it's going to happen. We live in a very chaotic world, but I have seen some where they have met in the middle, and they have agreed on some point that they both agreed on and stuff like that. Yeah, I've watched a lot of their videos. Oh yeah, I watched a lot of their videos too. Yeah. But it's
Things to talk about that, and that is a further proof of.
And you're saying they're pretending to be Trump supporters storming the Capitol.
Honestly, to me, I would say on the whole video, I didn't really care for that one because something like Democrat and Republican Party, a party that's pretty much the same coin, you can't really debate that. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? All you're just hearing is them basically, it's like one side basically trying to justify the other side. Yeah, exactly. It's like the government as a whole is fucked up. You can't debate on which party when they're both the same thing. Exactly. Like, come on, that's like debating who's better, the KKK or the Proud Boys. They're the same thing. That's why I didn't care for that one, because it's like y'all pretty much sitting there just trying to justify who's better. Either one is. You need to have confidence in how the government as a whole is fucked up. Stop siding with party. You can break that down. Exactly. Get rid of that. Exactly.
I mean, like, even look at the studio where they film these things, right? The sort of warehouse vibe and overhead lights sort of signals to you that, like, something serious is happening here. And it gives all that seriousness. A new class of influencer who's using online debate as an empty spectacle to make money and gain clout. And Jubilee continues to play the innocent. You know, they're inviting the same people and giving them a huge platform and including no responsibility for using harm and hate. But if we look at the underlying philosophical assumptions of the whole endeavor, things look even worse. Now, this is where philosopher Alain Badiou, who I pray has never seen a Jubilee video, can be really helpful. In his recent work, he outlined a distinction between the two dominant philosophies of our time, what he calls democratic materialism and materialist dialectics. Now, democratic materialism is what Badiou thinks that most of us take for granted as a kind of natural belief, meaning that even if you've never read a book of philosophy in your life and you've never heard of this guy, that you probably already understand or even practice democratic materialism. Now, the specific belief is that there are only bodies and languages. Now, it's a sort of pragmatic view in which individual human beings communicate and share ideas and culture via language. And these bodies are driven fundamentally by desire and not some broader pursuit for truth. And Badjusi's democratic materialism is pretty similar to postmodernism, a view in which there are no overarching truths but only various narratives that basically compete in the good old marketplace of ideas. And this marketplace element is why the late and great Frederick Jameson famously called it the cultural logic of late capitalism. So basically, we're bodies that use language to express desire for various types of consumption. And Jubilee exemplifies this sort of postmodern democratic materialism, because there's bodies, like the humans that exist inside their soundstage, and then those bodies are using language, the ideas that are being expressed by the bodies in those spaces. These ideas are then, of course, motivated by their desire, and whichever ideas appeal to the baseline desires of the most people wins and is best or good or true. I will say, I guess they predicted the election, because in their video on the 2024 election, they had a vote at the end, and Trump won. So, maybe Jubilee knows more than any of us. Badju associates this with the logic of human rights, in which politics gets reduced to a sort of ethical system in which we all have the right to pursue individual enjoyment however we see fit, as long as it's not directly harming anyone else. And for Badju, human rights logic basically just confirms the status quo. It says that things are what they are, this is how they're meant to be, so let's make life a little less bad within that context. What's not happening in, the logic of human rights is that we're sort of trying to create a new ethic based on a truth that sort of is different than the status quo. We just have the status quo, we have our bodies, we have our languages. And you can use all of these rights to then say whatever you want in the free space of public debate.
If transgenderism is not a mental illness, then why is the suicide rate in the transgender community 40%?
Against this dominant...
And that's where material condition come into play, especially with that, because the trans suicide rate was so high because hold up. Yeah, this is the one where we pull shit up. Let's see. Material conditions. Let's see. Because if I remember, the reason why it is high is mainly because people don't accept in their area around them don't accept them. But let me look through. Where is it? It's like being installed, something like that. Oh yeah. Can I see it? You gotta buy the article. Oh, I don't have $35 on me. But yeah, like if I remember, it's mainly because motherfuckers um don't be accepting of trans people, and also sometimes it's because the accessibility of hormones. So yeah, that stuff can be fixed. Those conditions can be fixed. People need to be more accepting, and HRT should be more accessible.
Belief, Badju offers his own system called materialist dialectics. It differs from democratic materialism by adding 5 words to his initial formulation, which gives us, there are only bodies and languages except that there are truths. Except that there are truths. 5. Put simply, Badiou is saying that we live in a world largely made up of people using language to express various desires, but that there's also a higher order of truth that exists. It's less a postmodern marketplace of ideas and something that's more like the world outlined by philosophers from Plato to Descartes to Hegel, in which truth exists and can be known by human beings via various forms of rationality. For Badiou, these truths are then exceptions to what exists, meaning that they interrupt our dominant logic and offer something new that reconfigures the world.
Exactly.
Respect for moms, but motherhood is hard. It's so hard, it even broke Marie Kondo. Tidying up was her life's work. Then she has kids and was like, F it, living in squalor is fine.
Now, I know that one sounds a little bit grad schooly, but please stay with me here, okay? So let's take hip-hop music, right? Because before it existed, it didn't exist. But a group of DJs in the Bronx used turntables in a completely novel way, transforming elements from pre-existing songs into new.
And mind you, some of them were stolen. They didn't buy that shit. It was sold during the riots. I forgot what year. It was stolen. A lot of that shit was stolen during the riots. During a protest of injustice. Just saying.
New compositions. Now, this created an exception to existing forms of music and then reconfigured the musical world. Now, initially, hip-hop was dismissed by many as not real music, and not a true art. But now, it's a dominant form of art and culture.
It's now pop.
Music of my lifetime. Now, it's popular in the history of all types of egalitarian movements, where there's people who were once thought like not to exist, whether that be free black people, queer parents, trans people, but then they become exceptions to a previous logic, and by being exempt from that logic, truly exist and change the logic of the situation. And when this happens, the logic of a dominant situation changes via the emergence of a new truth. And these truths are not just matters of opinion. They are ingrained into the political or cultural or social logic of a given situation. This means that you don't get to decide that hip-hop doesn't exist, or that there's no queer people in your state, or that trans people are just a movement that we defeated via an election. The point here is that truths
exactly.
And when they do, they shift the logic of the world in which they
exactly. That's the thing. And that's why, again, this is reality. Truth exists within reality, and you can't change that shit. And that's why it's hard for me to want to debate these niggas, because a lot of these niggas don't live in the same reality. Like, again, for example, the Gamergate shit. There's gonna be niggas that don't believe women play video games. Then they're gonna quote the rules of the internet. I'm like, you know who made those rules? Men. Because they were insecure, and a lot of those men did that because they wanted to cope with the fact that maybe they felt alone on the internet with a bunch of guys. Maybe. I don't fucking know. I thought about making a video about doing a live stream where we talk about the rules of the internet and try to break them down and try to talk about them. I thought about it. We should do that.
They exist, which means that unless you are Emily from Jubilee, we don't get to debate whether or not slavery should exist. Human equality is simply true. But if Jubilee made a video called Slavery Advocates versus
human beings,
middle ground, well, they'd be presupposing a world without this truth, right? A sort of democratic materialism in which there's just bodies, languages, and
they'll be saying that, yeah, we should have slavery. They're basically allowing the idea that, yeah, we should have slavery to seep into the minds of people. Because now that's a part of our reality. When it should be a part of our reality.
They're going to decide if maybe slavery works. Now, in a sense, it could feel less scary to assume that truth doesn't exist, and that we're all just debating personal beliefs in hopes of finding a middle ground, than it would to acknowledge that truth exists, and some positions are really just intellectually invalid and morally unjustifiable.
And by the way, feminism that does not include trans women is not feminism. They must include trans women. I'm sorry, not sorry. It's the truth. It's the truth. You can fight me on that shit. It's the truth. It's the truth. Yeah. Yes, sir. It's the truth.
I have no shame about it. I have a savior complex as an older brother, and I will save you whether you like it or not. So that's just me.
You need to save it from yourself. Someone save that man.
Acknowledge that we might even hold some of those positions. Convincing myself that if I just sat down face to face with a genocide defender or a racist or a men's rights activist, that we would find middle ground might feel better than facing the reality that maybe these people just like suck and are wrong and are
Thank you
with really faulty assumptions. Tayari Jones.
Thank you. Holy shit, that's what I've been trying to say.
If you would let me do so, I would like to quote her at length. She writes, "The search for the middle is rooted in conflict avoidance and denial. For many Americans, it is painful to understand that there are citizens of our community who are deeply racist, sexist, homophobic,
and xenophobic. Yeah.
Is somehow a complicated misunderstanding. Perhaps there is some way to look at this, a view from the middle that would allow us to communicate and realize that our national identity is the tie that will bind us comfortably and with a bow. The headlines that lament a divided America suggest that the fact that we can't all get along is more significant than the issues over which we are sparring. The desire to find meaning behind our divisions and understand why someone might believe something that feels so odious might be getting in the way of facing up to the fact that some people really are, as Jones puts it, deeply racist, sexist, homophobic, and xenophobic. We could also add fatphobic, transphobic, round earth phobic. It's easier to say everyone's views are valid than it is to ask about why our society facilitates some truly and catastrophically wrong and hateful beliefs. You know, inspired by Baju, we might then want to ask if the brave move isn't entering the marketplace of ideas ready to engage in battle, but rather if the real act of intellectual bravery is believing that there is such thing as a truth in the first place. And if there is, well, then some ideas don't really need to be debated like that.
Criminals who commit violent felonies don't deserve certain legal rights.
I respect this nigga.
I'm sorry, I can't do this. I can't do this episode no more.
Yeah, I respect that nigga for doing that because if I was asked a question like certain minorities don't deserve legal rights or something like that on a middle ground, I'd be like, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Just can't do it. I would just be like, nope, I'm out. Can't do it.
It's not making any sense. The questions just don't make sense to me. I can't really get my point across how I want to. And the questions are kind of like reversed. Like it's like you're asking the question, but you kind of. I can't do it.
In the meantime, be sure to tune in to Jubilee next week, where I'm going to be the featured guest in their video, Surrounded. One mid-level philosopher YouTuber versus 25 old ladies who would love to experience the love of a younger man. Oh boy. Trump. But in the meantime, please do let us know what you think. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe, ring the bell. If you want to join our Patreon, which we would appreciate, there's information in the description. Most importantly, I just really thank you for spending your time hanging out with us, and I'll see you next week.